love with that thought. You gonna tell the truth or not? She just wanna make a payment. She don't care, makes a lot. When my wifey Reba coming, I be feeling like Barack. On my pops, if that man ain't teach me much, he taught me a lot. Man, these MCs light, niggas lighter than a rock. My plug named Scott. A white boy with that white boy. I'm bound to get your bitch, I'm like a thyroid.
Wayne Jetski, almost viral. I'm here with AllStarrDaGreat from Newark, New Jersey.
Yo.
Brick City.
That's a fact. What's good with you?
Nothing much, man. We were just talking a little bit about ways to not finesse, but, you know, get the most out of album releases, album sales, ways to bundle shit. And I was saying you should put something on the QR code at the restaurant you own for your album, because you're in addition to an artist, you're also an entrepreneur, business owner.
Yep. Taylor Payton, 246 Mulberry Street, Newark, New Jersey.
I gotta check it out. What's the cuisine like at these spots?
We got colossal shrimp. We got some salmon.
Okay.
We got good wings, you know, and good vibes. We got good hookah.
Fire.
Yeah.
So you own businesses in the city that you grew up in. Talk about growing up in Newark a little bit. It's definitely, you know, it's a rough town for sure.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah. I mean, it just gets you ready. It just gets you ready for this world. Yep. You know what I mean? And I call it Newark weather. So I feel like if I could survive in that climate, I could survive anywhere.
Facts. So
I'm just always on point. That's really what it is.
A lot of big names and big dudes from Newark. You know, you, Shaq. Trying to think who else. Tony Soprano, not a real guy, but he was born in Newark. What's it about that energy? Like just big motherfuckers making big moves, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's just like even if you ain't physically big, you still gotta move like you big.
Absolutely.
In the city, you know what I mean? Somebody who might try to check you might be a guy that's, you know, half your size, but it's just about the right energy and knowing how to, you know, move in different settings and different environments, and you know, it really boss you up, man, you up.
What were you like growing up in the city? What was the early days of AllStarrDaGreat?
I was me, man. I think I was me. Young mom, 16, trying to do something. My father was outside running around, so I had that type of balance. Like my mother young, but she trying to do something positive, trying to go to school. It didn't really work out because she had me and my father was outside. Yeah. So I got to see things from two different lenses. Yeah. And fortunately, you know, I was good in sports. So I was playing ball. So that kept me, you know, AAU, running around doing this, doing that. And still on the scene, still popular, still partying and doing all that, you know, just being me, for real.
What was the hoop dreams for you? Were you thinking I know you were a standout in high school. Did you play in college?
Yeah, I played in college.
Where'd you play?
I played Wisconsin, Green Bay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Was that a culture shock going from Newark to
Midwest? Yeah. It was, but you know, it's different. Like in Wisconsin, you know, if you there, especially in Green Bay, you either a Packer or you play for the basketball team. If I'm there, so you know, so they knew exactly who I was in the city, and you know, they showed a lot of love. So it was a whole different way. Like my father only running with like white people was getting locked up by the cops or whatever. So he came out there and they showed him mad love. He like, yo, I look at everything different now. And I was just like, yo, that was dope. That was dope for me.
What was your game? Were you like a power forward, like a forward?
Yeah, I was a 4. Real like hard nose, like bang you up, like
low post.
Yeah, I'm going to get it done regardless of whatever it is. But I was actually nice, but it was just like that was my niche. Yeah. That's what got me on the court. And you know, gradually as I went to college, whatever, you know, like turned into like a 3-4 and expanded my game.
Developed a little baby jumper or something like that?
Yeah, baby jumper, mid-range, all that.
There we go.
Yeah, all that.
Excuse the radiator. I apologize. Everyone who's listening is hearing some clanging. We have, you know, multi-million-dollar podcast studios and we can't figure out the heating. So there's something going on in the heating that always bangs. I'm going to try to see if I can smack it to make it stop.
Yeah.
But you know, we have to do it. Were you making music in high school and in college, or was that post the basketball era?
So I went to JUCO first.
Okay.
In Texas, I had to go to JUCO first. We was making music.
Okay.
Like I had like this dorm I was staying in where it was like I was really in the middle of nowhere. Like shit was real, but the dorm basically was an old hotel. So the front side was a men's basketball team. The top side was like the cheerleading team. They was like ranked in the country, and the backside was a football team.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
setup.
Yeah, but it's crazy because it's JUCO, so everybody crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. So we was doing music. Me and my man.
Damn, what are JUCO cheerleaders like?
Crazy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Crazy. So the cheerleaders. It was fire, and they had like a dance team too. Like down. So I was in Texas, so they got like majorettes and shit like that too. Nice. But they was down the street. But it was we was doing music right then and there, like right out the room. So we just start basketball team watching. Next thing you know, the football team 60 deep. Then upstairs come. So we got like little shows jumping around there to the point where like somebody from the city came like and hollered at us. So like this is the first time with music. I'm like, oh shit, like this is real. You get hot, somebody would come with some bread or put some bread up. So that happened. Shout out to my man Joey G.
And what was he doing? Putting you guys in studios and stuff?
Yeah, so we'd be taking a drive, like we'd be going to Dallas.
Okay.
So that's like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. And if you really tap into the music, I talk about that and some other things that, we had going on in those times. But that's what happened. And that's when I really start like got in a big studio. Like Erykah Badu was recording out of that studio. So it was like, all right, this how this shit go. But that was my first time like really, developing some form of a fan base just on my own.
Were you putting out singles or just like albums?
Nah, we was just it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It was just like we just rapping. Yeah. And then if like we happen to go to the studio and somebody get the CD, that shit just get moved around. Now this Texas, they gonna do it. You gonna give them the music, it's gonna come back screwed, somebody playing in the car. If they want it, they do all that. It was different.
So then when do you start actually releasing music under your name?
All right, so probably like a year after that or something, I had like some song I put out. Like I just put out this little like catchy song, and I ran it through. What the fuck? What did we ran it through? What's the joint? I forget the name of it, but it's one of these publications that basically gets your song played. Breeze, what's the name of it? We just DigiWax. So we ran through DigiWax. Yeah, one of those. So we ran it through there. And we was getting a lot of streams or whatever. Plays, whatever, radio plays. And that was that. And it was like, all right, it's cool. And that was like the first time. But now in between that, you got to understand, like I had an opportunity to go play overseas or do music and kind of tapped into that. And it was just like, I ain't really know nothing. I was just having some success and I ain't really know anything. So I don't really count that. Like down the line, I had a situation in Atlanta where I linked up with Bad Boy South, with Block. And I was doing some music down there. Still ain't really understand what was going on. Like had a studio, ain't know how to record myself. Like, why am I doing this? But now I was like, damn, I would have, took advantage of that whole situation. And that's when it kind of that's when it got serious with me. I'm in the studio. Jacquees in the studio with me every day. Landstrip Chip in the studio with me every day. And we just vibing. These people that's doing their numbers right now. So I start understanding the game then. Went back home like, oh, this was going on. That's what's going on. Like, people really getting checks like, all right, cool. And I put out my project, Godspeed. And Godspeed, did what it did. Got me in another situation where I linked up with Jason Jeter. We was doing some things. And then I learned some more game. And then I'm like, hold up. All right, I'm boss. Like now I got business myself. I could do this shit myself to my liking. You know what I mean? And that's so probably like 3 years ago, like really seriously, like when I'm trying to do something.
What are the things that you learned from these people that enabled you to look at it differently and take it more of a professional route?
A professional route. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what I learned from them. Like people not making music, putting it out, then they running behind it and making a video. All this shit is done in advance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything is done in advance. A calendar is your best friend. A team is your best friend. You know what I mean? Knowing what you really want to do, understanding what you want to put out there, understanding when you dropping. So it's like really putting a conscious effort into your shit, you know what I mean? And knowing exactly what you're investing in and what you're trying to get back from it.
Yeah, I think social media has changed that a little bit because I feel like early 2000s, 90s, it was like you put out a project, whatever song is moving, then you shoot the video for it. Now it's like everything has to have a video before you release it. Everything's got to have a marketing plan, even singles. It's definitely a different game. You got to approach things way different.
That's a fact.
It's crazy. So after these last 2 years, and you're progressing more and taking things more seriously, you're linking up with people. You're linking up with Benny the Butcher. How did that relationship come about? That song, by the way, is fucking gas.
I appreciate it. Shout out to my homie Ak. Ak and Benny, like they like that. They're real close. You know what I mean? Before even Benny popped off, like they was rocking out. So Ak heard my music, like, yo, you fire, and like, you need to do something with Benny. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? And he hit me one day like, yo, send me something. So I sent it through. He was with Benny. Benny like, yo, I'm gonna jump on it. Yeah. And it got done. It was really like that. Like,
off the strength of your man, like,
off the strength of my man, and me actually being nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, Benny wouldn't have been on it if you didn't have bars.
So we got that done. We shot the video, and it did what it did.
Do you think, like, it's interesting with the Griselda guys because they have like a sound that sounds like it's this Dipset era New York type shit, but they're from Buffalo, and you wouldn't expect it, but it makes sense. Like when they link up with other New York or like New York area artists, what is it about those guys that you think makes the connection between people around the city gravitate to them?
Cause it just give you that back in the day gritty, like New York feel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To give you that, like, I ain't running with whatever's hot right now. I'm doing this, and this is what it is, and we standing on real time. Yeah. So a lot of things in this music game, once you really get into it, it's like, it's a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of bullshit. So, and for me, it ain't even about you being the hardest artist or nothing or acting like you hard. It's just like whatever you pushing, be about that.
Yeah.
So I felt like they come out and they like, yo, this is what it is. This is what we doing. We ain't bending, we ain't breaking. This is what it is. And either you gonna fuck with it or you ain't. But if you do fuck with it, you actually gonna fuck with it. Like, it put me in a realm of, like, if I'm thinking about like Wu when they first came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if the shit hard, like, and it add up, you gonna fuck with it.
I think their music is, people throw around the word like timeless. Even the style that you have, which is similar to theirs, it's like more of a timeless style where it's not riding a trend, riding a wave, and a lot of like this rage music and even the drill stuff. I fuck with the drill stuff, but a lot of it is repetitive and a lot of it is the same shit. Is that all hard for you to tap in with newer sounding stuff or like these trends, or you can still appreciate it?
Nah, I still appreciate. I could do it all. I could do it all, but it's just about what makes sense for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I rock with it. If you fire, you fire. It's certain things that I personally wouldn't put out.
Yeah.
It's certain things that ain't the most lyrical, but I'm like, damn, you have to have some talent to do that. If you're an artist, you know what talent it takes to do certain things. Like, damn, he did that. And so I do appreciate it. You know what I mean? I think everybody got some type of role. Like, it's like a team. Somebody might be a point guard, you know what I mean? That don't mean a power forward can't bring the ball up court.
Yeah.
But that might not be what's meant for him to do right now. You know what I mean? So, hell yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the art.
Yeah, and even on your most recent project, like, there were some hooks you were singing a little bit. Like, you were expanding the vocal range. You were definitely doing more than just rapping. So I appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
Talk about the project a little bit. 1,000 Horses. What is I know there's a little significance behind the meaning. What is the meaning?
Yeah, we just, right now, we just thorough, man. So we thorough. You got thoroughbreds with horses. I like to tell people, look at your life in the range of a horse from, that start at like 100,000.
Yeah.
A starting off horse, 100,000 to the most, expensive horse sold is 10 million. Where do you fit along those 1,000 horses? You know what I'm saying? Where are you at right now? And how do you, get yourself to where your trajectory is that $10 million horse, or purchasing that $10 million horse. So that's really what it really was about.
You got some bars in there that I highlighted that I liked a lot. On the Bergdorf Goodman song, the Randall Cunningham, was fire.
Yeah.
My favorite, though, because when I was in 8th grade, I used to smoke Black and Milds all day.
Okay.
Was take the paper out and get smoked. That's a Black and Mild. I believe that's what you said.
Yeah.
So and I see people take the paper out with the Black and Mild. I never did it though. Why do you take the paper out?
That's just what they do. That's what we do in Newark. You just champ the mile. It's called champing the mile. It's supposed to make you more healthy. Like, that's supposed to be like a cancer stick that's in there.
Is that a fact, or that's just
I think it's a fact. I mean, where I'm from, it's a fact. It's a whole thing. It's a whole process to you standing there, you champing the mile. It's a whole thing. I don't smoke miles, but the city do. I've
seen people do that, and I was like, well, have I been doing this wrong my whole life? Yeah. I think to some degree, if you're smoking a Black and Mild to the face, like, and you do it every day, you might still have the same risk of cancer. But I appreciate that, and maybe I'll still try to incorporate that.
Word.
And then on Chip Off the Block, you said, I think, put the numbers on his head like Crip Mac.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a reference to No Jumper. Showed you tapped in like with media. So I thought that was a cool reference.
Yeah, put the numbers on your face like Crip Mac.
On his face,
yeah. Yeah, he's just a funny dude.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, so, we just, try to tie in a little shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I like that, and I think not to say that like that bar is necessarily comical, but it's funny when I hear it. And I'm like, oh, he knows who Crip Mac is, and I think about Crip Mac and the whole like 55th Street thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's super funny.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about you owning businesses and owning a club and a restaurant. How did that all start? And do you think like that's a super important thing for people to own businesses in your own city?
Yeah, I felt like for me, yeah, because I wanna bring something to like what you doing for the city? I said y'all rap niggas acidic and ain't this shit for your city.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you really doing for your city? What you we talk about it, you know what I mean? And it could be many things. It don't got to be a business. You could be putting on, you could be whatever. It could be under the radar. It could be whatever you doing. But for me, it was like, yo, what can I do to where I actually did something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, we bang out cars, we get clothes, we go to the club, we ball out, but all that shit is, you know what I mean, here today, going tomorrow. So what is something that's stationary that's be like, yo, Starr did this and it's a real thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And can touch the people. So I wanted to bring a new vibe to the city. And I did that. And as far as the restaurant, it's a staple place in the city that's been a breakfast spot forever. And I just tapped in with that. I'm like, yo, that's the first spot like my pops took me to and was letting me know, like, yo, this is a spot you gotta that you come to eat breakfast at. This is where everybody that's somebody come in and get breakfast at. You know what I mean? And you need to know what's going on. And so when I seen that and I seen the opportunity, I had to jump on it.
Yeah, and you say, throwing money and buying cars is one thing, but being able to also employ people in your city is a huge thing. And the biggest way you can give back is put money in someone's pocket in a way that, probably is validating for them because they're, doing a hard day's work.
Yeah, we want to, and I'm into giving back without, we ain't flashy about it.
Yeah.
Like, doing real shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people, we talk about it, but, and you might not get it now. Like, it might be right now. They might not understand. They might like, oh, he got this, he got that. I might not understand what I'm doing. 6 years from now, 7 years from now, it's like, oh shit, yo, he really did, give out jobs or whatever the case may be.
That's fire. And I got to check out the spot. I'm in the area. I'm in Jersey City, so I'm definitely going to swing by and see what you got to offer there. What do we have for 2023 from you on the docket?
Another project coming.
Another project.
Yeah,
is there a name?
I ain't got the name yet.
Okay.
It's gonna be something fire. I ain't got the name yet, but it's gonna be fully produced by Don Carrera.
Sick.
He just did like the first 5 joints on Peace Fly God, so he got some fire. We linked up, so I'm working on that now. That's what's gonna come out. We got some good features that's gonna be on there too, and we just gonna keep dropping, man.
Cool.
That's really it. We gonna keep dropping.
Is there anything specifically you look for in a producer or in beats? Like what do you need? Is it like hard 808s or is it like good synths? Is it live instrumentation? What really gets you going when you're listening to beats and deciding what you're going to put vocals on?
It's just if the beat talk to me.
Okay.
That's really, I don't like, yo, it got to be 808s or it got to have this type of bass line. That ain't really me. It's basically like if the beat talk to me. With these type of beats, the boom bap, I just want that shit to be like grimy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Real grimy. And if it's not grimy, I want it to be where I could tell a story on it.
Yeah.
So like Cunning on there, like it was like kind of mellow where I could just tell a story and it's just riding music. But if not, I want it to be like gangster. So, you know what I mean? I could just talk my shit a little bit. It's not too fast because, I like pronunciating my words a certain type of way and really give you that feel. So yeah, that's what I look for. Fire.
Very excited for what's coming. Very excited to have you up here. Can't tell you enough how much I appreciate it. And I think we're going to do a little freestyle maybe, or a little rapping.
Yeah, we get some bars.
All right, we'll get some bars off. So after you watch this, like this video, comment, subscribe, and also like the freestyle. That'll be posted by the time this is up. So almost far, Wayne Jetski, AllStarrDaGreat. Thank you so much for coming through, bro.
You already.